pulls it back. Rosický! Beautiful finish! And Arsenal shock Anfield. Tomáš Rosický on his FA Cup debut has the travelling hordes in raptures here. A quite beautiful finish for only his second goal for the club.
This is my world and this is my close-up.
Creative talents like Tomáš Rosický are few and far between. Silky skills and sublime vision are the calling cards of the Czech midfielder who arrived in North London from Borussia Dortmund in the summer of 2006. Now 30 years old, Tomáš Rosický has accumulated vast experience since bursting onto the scene with Sparta Prague at the age of 17. A city and a country still finding its feet after the Velvet Revolution of 1989, the young Rosický remained unaffected, as football was the only thing on his mind.
I had a basically great childhood. I started to play football very early, but not just football. I liked tennis, I played ice hockey, so I was just a little bit outside of the city and studied and do my football stuff.
That football stuff was in the blood. His father and brother were both Sparta players and fans, giving Rosický two good role models very close to home.
I had a 3-year-old brother who started to play for Sparta Prague, so I just always wanted to follow him. I just wanted to do the stuff what he was doing, and my father who was a football player itself, so I was just looking for more for those two to as inspiration as well.
Eager to follow in the footsteps of older brother Yuri, Tomáš headed to Sparta to join his sibling.
My brother was transferred to Sparta Prague, so of course I wanted to go as well. So came there for a tryout. Basically they said, yeah, we don't know because we are full in this moment, and after when they saw me play, they wanted me to play the next day the game immediately, so it was pretty easy to convince them to, if I'm good enough to, if they can take me. So, but for me it was always Sparta Prague.
Rosický, it's a super run. It's a good shot. It's a smashing goal. Do you know that is as good a goal as you'll see in the Champions League?
It wasn't long before Tomáš Rosický was making waves in his own right. The tales of the little maestro at Sparta had people talking at a time when Czech football was booming.
They knew about me because I got my first contract, I think, when I was 16. But let's say there was more talented guys than me as well, and I never was the one in the team who was the best. I was always doing all right, but I wasn't the one, let's say. When you are 16 and you started to grow up, you will start to have some other interests, but I always knew what I wanted to be, and that was why I made it after, and some other guys didn't make it.
Rosický's talents were a hot topic throughout Europe, and his big move came in 2001. German giants Borussia Dortmund broke the bank for his signature, despite the fact Tomáš was lukewarm on leaving at the time.
I remember that first I didn't want to go because I thought it's too early, and but on the other side, the more I played in the Czech league, there was more and more brutal fouls against me. The guys who played against me, they wanted to intimidate me, and so we decided on the end that it would be better to go, and we decided to go to Dortmund, and I think it was a good choice, and it was a good step to continue in my career.
After a Bundesliga title in his first year, Rosický was dubbed the Little Mozart. While Dortmund performed on the pitch, their finances were heading into meltdown. In Rosický's final season in Germany, things were less than perfect at a club on the brink of extinction.
I always played on the tops, and suddenly you are bottom, so it's something new and you have to go with it. And but it was very hard times for the club itself, because the club was dying, let's say, so it was very hard. But I didn't leave the club when the club was on their knees, you know. So this decision on other side was easy. I was 5.5 years in Dortmund, and I wanted to leave earlier than that. The decision wasn't hard at all. Arsenal was always the club where I wanted to play. So when they came for me, it was quite easy.
Now Rosický. My word, what a goal! Streak. Unbelievable effort by Rosický.
Filling in for the departed Robert Pires, Rosický was handed the number 7 shirt and began to flourish in North London. But halfway through his second season, Rosický was struck down with injury and ruled out for 18 agonising months.
When you are a football player, you want to play, and to be patient with your injury is almost not possible. You know, you want to go out, and if you see you are not progressing or something like that, that's basically killing you. You know. So, but I think the mental strength probably is the main point, because you have to survive that. You know, sometimes it's not easy at all, and in my case, it wasn't, because I was out for so long, and but in some way, if you want to come back, you have to go through all these obstacles and go through it. So yeah, it was very hard times for me, and I'm glad it's behind me.
And so are the Arsenal faithful. Since his return to the pitch in 2009, Rosický has been part of a midfield rotation that is one of the most exciting in the land. Despite his time out of the game, Rosicky's contract was extended, and now he can concentrate fully on bringing titles to North London.
We just want to win. I think that's why we all play this. We all play this game because it's a great game, and we enjoy it, what we are doing, and you want to win every game. That's why we play that. So it's every game you want to win, and it's basically all about that.